Hey everybody, welcome back. As you saw in the last video, we got a motor towards the end of the day, and that's what we're gonna be doing is tearing it down today, inspecting it, and getting it ready for my dad to paint. From what I can tell, it's a 2016 L83 5.3. This is one that somebody dropped off for us to do, and not exactly sure where they got it. It looked like it was being drugged behind a shrimp boat maybe or something. I don't know. I hope it's a good motor. We'll find out when we start looking at it, but this is probably the worst LT that we've ever seen. And a lot of people ask why we quit doing the LSs or why we don't do the LSs no more. We'll still do the LSs. It's just the LSs now that people are getting from the pick and pulls and junkyards are so old and they're just terrible. So many miles on them. So this is a 16, and I don't know if we're gonna even be able to get this stuff off. It's got a lot of calcium buildup and rust, and it was definitely from somewhere where there was some salt. Maybe it was a Galveston motor, I don't know. And also we noticed too that somebody's been into it or messed with it. This right here is not normal, so I don't know why they've spaced that out. If they couldn't, this don't even look like the right bolts anyway, so I think we got something laying around. But it's going to take a bit to clean this thing up and make it look like some of the other ones y'all have seen. So, but this is how they come a lot of times. Like I said, this one is the worst, but we'll work our magic and see if we can polish this thing up, see what it looks like. So we had our first big struggle here with this thing, was getting the injector rails out. And I'm sure this is coming across on video just as bad as it is in real life here. I don't know if this thing was underwater or, like I said, maybe it powered a shrimp boat is the only thing I can think about. This thing is terrible. So the rails, we got them out. Usually the rails that have the little rubber gasket, they don't seize up as bad. GM has switched it up a couple times where some year models they include these, some year models it's metal on metal, and the ones that are metal on metal are usually the worst. But I mean, look at this, it's like calcium buildup or something. I wouldn't believed it, but it's nice and clean on the inside. I mean, the outside looks pretty bad, but the inside of this motor looks good and clean. Everything feels tight. I'm gonna spin it over and check the crank, but I mean, there's no crud in anything. It's not that dirty. So we just got the plugs out, and I mean, they're dirty, but they
still got a lot of life left in them.
Yeah, they're not oil soaked. They're not gas soaked. So it was running clean.
Yeah, look at that, burning good on that one.
Yep, running clean. Everything looks good. Yeah.
Okay.
So what are you checking for now?
I was gonna check, make sure all these rockers here and don't hear any noise.
Don't hear any noise. Don't feel anything.
That's 180 around. Make sure you get the right amount of rock. You hear that right there?
About right.
That's what you want right there. And this side. Some will rock, some won't. It depends on
if they're up or down.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another 80 right there.
Feels pretty normal, doesn't it?
Feels really normal. Yep. It's the right amount. Now,
okay.
I'll need to turn this motor over and look at the crank.
Okay. And this gets done to every one of them after I tear them down, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing open and inspect.
Just to make sure everything's...
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to go through the trouble of cleaning one up and painting it if it ain't worth running, right?
Yep. So far, we hadn't had too many have to go to the machine shop to have any work done on them. Getting real lucky. Supposed to get antifreeze out of it now.
Yeah.
So you want to see the same amount of rock on all of these. You can hear it on those.
Mm-hmm.
Get these up. Right there. That's good. Because if you don't have any clearance, it's gonna seize up on you. That's what your bearings do with the oil. Keeps it going. So I think we're good on the bottom end.
Pretty normal for.
Yeah. Don't see anything abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hear anything clicking or scratching, or don't see any rubs. We're good to go.
All right. Are you finally through making a bunch of racket back here?
Yeah. Pretty much.
You're cleaning up.
Yep.
Paint prep, huh?
Paint prep. We're doing it now.
So look, you got the easy job.
I don't get the easy job.
Okay. All right. So while he's doing that, I've got the same old, a CVF kit, and build another oil pan. Y'all seen it quite a few times. So trying to get this red motor finished up. This is the one that had no parts, came from the machine shop without anything. So it's a nice color red, real shiny. Kind of like that black one that we did last week. Real nice, real shiny. So the plan today is to get the pan on it, get the CVF kit put on it. Got some miscellaneous parts laying around that need to go on it, and see if we can get it up and going and out the door. So this is a problem I've only had maybe one other time with these Holley pans. It takes 14 of these bolts to build a pan, and what they sent was 3. So now I've got to round up bolts to build a pan, and these ain't cheap. These are roughly almost $500 for the pan. So everything else was there. I just finished that one. It's going to go on the red motor, the red 5.3, and I'm finishing this one to go on the one that my dad's currently painting. But yeah, so open the box up, and that's what I had was 3 bolts instead of 14. So I was able to procure some here. They're a different size, but the thread's the same, so it'll work. So we're gonna run them in there. Got some primer going down. About to start putting the color, huh? It definitely looks better than it did.
Yeah.
It'll look real nice once that color's on there. It don't look bad in primer, really.
Don't look bad in primer.
All right, we'll check back in after it's finished up.
All right.
All right, so we'll go ahead and put our direct injection pump on, and we're gonna pop the fuel rails in. Make sure all this is cleaned up in there. Nothing's in there, good. On. Slide these down in there, like that. These are all 13 millimeter. These are 17 millimeter. Fuel comes in out to the pump. All right, so I didn't film too much more on this one other than just that little time lapse, but we ended up putting the Speed Engineering shorty headers on it. We got transmission on, starter on. Don't know what intake this one's getting, but we don't have one, so it's going to go down to Swap King, and he can put whatever intake he wants on it. Did the Holley muscle car oil pan, and that's the CVF kit. So notice anything missing? We got the elusive belt tensioner, but no AC compressor, no alternator. This one has the remote power steering pump. That's what's in the box, so that's for to install that on the vehicle once it gets put in the car. But yep, so this one's going down the street. So this was the one that looked like it came out of a shrimp boat. Looks a lot better now. Y'all saw it in primer, and then this is in dark steel. It's still a little tacky, still a little wet, so we don't want to touch it. So we're gonna save this build for another week and get it knocked out and get it down the street. So appreciate everybody watching, subscribing, like, share. As always, have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.